Big changes coming within the stimulus package if you have retirement accounts. This is going to impact just about all of you and everyone you know. So thanks for being here. This is your Next Wise Step video for today, Monday. My name is Mike Bernard. I am the host of the Wise Money Show. I'm also one of the certified financial planners and owners here at Korhorn Financial Group. Oh my goodness, this 900-page bill that was ushered through Congress last week, signed into law by our president on Friday afternoon, has so much in it. It is going to impact just about everyone's financial life, and you're going to have all those details right here. We hit a couple of the topics last week. Every video I expect all week and as well as into next week will probably be focused on everything that's in this new law, which is called the CARES Act. You might just know it as the stimulus. And so we're going to be talking about it today, and big issues here today we're going to be hitting. If you're not already a subscriber, make sure you subscribe to this channel. So hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, hit that thumbs up, and I would share this because this thing is going to impact your financial life, your parents, your kids. It's going to touch you, and you want to make sure that how you're responding is with wisdom, taking your next wise step. So be sure you subscribe and share this. All right, we're going to talk about two big issues that are now changed. They're different in 2020 because of this stimulus bill, the CARES Act. First one has to do with your required minimum distribution, also known as RMD. Commonly, it used to be if you were age 70 and a half or older. Now it's if you're age 72 or older, you've got to take a required distribution, at least draw out a minimum amount of money out of your IRA and other pre-tax retirement accounts. Also, it applies to you if you've inherited money from a non-spouse, or you inherited money from your spouse, but you set it up where you still need to take RMD. Here's the big news. Inside the stimulus bill, inside the stimulus law now, all required minimum distributions are suspended for 2020. You don't have to do it. You don't have to take this money out this year. I can't believe it. I don't even know how this stimulates the economy. I mean, I'll take it. We don't have to pay as much tax as we did, but typically, if you're forced to take money out of your IRA and you didn't really need to, then you're probably going to spend that money. And spending is what stimulates the economy. We can't do that right now. We're all stuck at home, but I don't really understand why they even did this. If you're trying to stimulate the economy and even give people money, I don't know why you'd tell them they don't need to take it out of their IRA. Anyway, but they didn't ask me. And so all required minimum distribution is suspended. So if you're 72 or older, or if you're listening to this and you're like, hey, that doesn't apply to me, but you've got your parents who have IRA dollars and they're in that age group where they're forced to take money out, if they don't need to take it, they shouldn't take it. Leave that money in there, and therefore it doesn't land on your tax return and cause you to pay more tax than you otherwise would have. So all required minimum distribution, all RMDs from now until 12/31 suspended. What if you already took the money out? Well, if it's an inherited retirement account, there's no way to get the money back in there. So if you were a good citizen, a good taxpayer, and you already took the money out between 1/1 and right now, then that's it. I mean, it's got to land on your tax return. You did what was required by the law, but they made this required minimum distribution suspension retroactive to 1/1. So if it's your own IRA or your own retirement account and you've already taken the money out and now they tell you you don't need to, you can actually, there's a couple different ways where you can actually put the money back in. If it's within 60 days, then you can just put money back into your retirement account and say, oh, that was a 60-day rollover, as long as you hadn't done that previously within the last 12 months. So that'd be the biggest reason. The second is, I'm going to tell you in just a second, but the big idea here, not to get too deep in the weeds, is your required minimum distribution is suspended for 2020. If you've already taken it, you might be able to get that money back in there, so contact your certified financial planner. All right, so that's the big one. Required minimum distribution, RMD, is suspended for 2020. The second thing that's in this, the CARES Act, which is the stimulus package, that deals with you if you have retirement accounts is something called a coronavirus-related retirement withdrawal or retirement distribution. You are allowed to draw up to $100,000 out of your IRA, of your other retirement accounts, even 401ks, and not have to pay a 10% penalty if you otherwise would. That money is still taxable if it's coming out of a pre-tax account, but you're allowed to draw up to $100,000 out and just say, hey, listen, this is because I had the coronavirus myself, a family member did, or I was affected in some way, my business was shut down, my job was, my wages went down, something like that because of the coronavirus, and you can take $100,000 out of your retirement account and avoid a 10% penalty on it. It's still taxable, but you actually have the ability to spread that tax over 3 years. So you can draw up to $100,000 out this year, and you can only pay tax on a third of it in 2020, a third of it in 2021, a third of it in 2022. That could be a sweet deal. The other thing, and guys, I have no idea logistically how they're even going to be able to do this, but if you took this money out, you have 3 years to put the money back into your IRA and avoid the tax. Logistically, I don't even, as someone that helps prepare taxes, our firm prepares about 3,000 taxes each year, I don't even understand how they're going to be able to do that. But that's now up to the IRS to figure out exactly logistically how they're going to do it. But this coronavirus-related retirement distribution has some tax benefits to it. If you're struggling right now and need to get your hands on some cash, hopefully you're not rushing out and grabbing retirement dollars, but you could, and you'd avoid that 10% penalty. And then there's some options to either get the money back into that account within an extended period of time and have it not be taxable at all, or spread the tax over 3 years. There's one idea to consider that actually ties the required minimum distribution change and the coronavirus-related retirement distribution together. If you've already taken your required minimum distribution and you took it right at the beginning of the year, meaning it's already been 60 days, you can't do a 60-day rollover. Well, was that money that you took out as required minimum distribution over 60 days ago, was it related in some way to a coronavirus? Or were you somehow adversely affected by the coronavirus? You could potentially say that withdrawal was coronavirus related, and now you've got up to 3 years to get that money back in and negate that required minimum distribution. So very, very interesting. Guys, we had the Secure Act take effect recently. Now we've got the CARES Act, and we've got all this volatility. I've been doing this now almost 18 years. I cannot think of a time period that is more ripe for comprehensive financial planning. I just can't. The game changed with the Secure Act. It now changed again with all the volatility and changes in the marketplace due to the coronavirus. And now it's changed a third time because of this CARES Act. If you don't have a relationship with a certified financial planner where you're doing comprehensive financial planning, that's your next wise step. If you need one, you can find us online at corehorn.com. That's Corehorn with a K. Email us at info@corehorn.com or give us a call 574-247-5898. All right, later this week, more details about this stimulus package and what it means to you. But for your required minimum distribution and potential coronavirus-related retirement distribution, you're ready. Now go out there and take your next wise step in your financial life.